Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing my April wrap-up. These are going to be all the books that I read in the last half of April. If you guys want to know the books that I read in the first half of April, then go ahead and check that out. I will link it up here in the cards. I read 8 books in the last half of April. I read mostly novellas because I was at a Polycon at the end of April and I didn't really have time to be reading full-length books, but I wanted to be reading something. So I read quite a few novellas, but let's just get right into it. First book that I read in the second half of April was When It Rains by B. Celeste. I actually ended up picking this up because I knew that B. Celeste was going to be at a Polycon and I had always seen her books around, and the cover of this book is just absolutely stunning. But I am so sad to say that I gave this book 2.5 stars, or rounded it up to a 3. I really wanted to love this. I do love B. Celeste's writing. I think just the overall, I don't even want to say plot because there really isn't a plot in this book, but like the overall like characters and just the emotional aspects, like I didn't love it. Okay, so we have our heroine and our hero. I don't remember their names. Like, I don't know what to tell you, and I haven't written my review. So our heroine's name is Brenna. Okay, Brenna and Sebastian. Okay. So we have Brenna and Sebastian. There is kind of past and present here, but it's not too much. Basically have Brenna in this stage in her life where it's been a couple years from her first true love, which was Sebastian. They kind of have this whirlwind romance. They quickly fall in love with each other, but when they are dating, Sebastian is like emotionally unavailable. We have Brenna, who is like madly in love with him and just kind of with him because she loves him, but she also wants more from him. Like, she wants to know that she is irreplaceable to him. Like, she wants to be loved by him, and he like shows her that he loves her, but she wants the words. Some things that he says and some things that he does, they hurt her. One of those situations where she tells him that she loves him and he doesn't say it back. There's like also this where Sebastian is a professor and she is a college student, but like they don't really run in the same circles, but he doesn't like want to be seen with her because of the rumors and such, and it makes her feel like she's a secret, you know? So that's the relationship like in the beginning, but like we have all of those issues, but they're also like madly in love and you can see it, and he is so sweet to her and their chemistry is off the charts, and like the smut was really good. But eventually she kind of leaves this relationship. She makes that decision for herself to leave and kind of regretted it ever since, and Sebastian let her go and he's kind of also regretted it ever since. So that's the premise. And trigger warnings for like I think it was like abortion or miscarriage. No, I believe it was an abortion. She chose not to have it and she just never told him. So there's that issue, and I think that's one of my main issues as well with this book, is that we talk about this decision that she made like in therapy, like couples therapy, because they like try to work through this, but this is like in the 90% of the book. And like they like cry about it and then they like hug each other, and like it kind of ends with them like in couples therapy working to be together, like giving each other another chance. And I was just like, wow, that was just so unfulfilling. It was just like I was just like, okay. Like, you know, I don't really know what to tell you. Brenna is also in like an abusive relationship, and she like knows it's an abusive relationship, but it's not like the typical abusive relationship, so it's hard for her to say that she is in one. So there's like where Sebastian gets possessive over her and protective over her, and she's just is kind of stuck in this relationship by her own choosing, because she's choosing not to do anything even though she doesn't love him, but like on paper he's like perfect. And I just didn't like that whole plot. I didn't like the ending. It was just anticlimactic. Like, what was the point of this story? Like, what was the point? Like there was nothing to it. Like there was no substance. But I will say I do love B. Celeste's writing, and I do love her smut, and I do love like how she builds chemistry and tension, and like how she makes you believe that they are together, like truly meant to be. But also Sebastian never fucking grovels. And you know what? That's a missed opportunity, because you guys know how much I love a grovel. And that's all I will say about this book, because I don't know what else you want to say. I don't know what else you want to say. Next book that I ended up picking up was Unconditional by QB Tyler. I wanted to read something else by QB Tyler because she was going to be out of Polycon. I didn't even end up seeing her because I gave this book 3.5 stars, rounded it down to a 3. It was okay. Listen, QB Tyler, she has amazing smut and she makes you believe in the relationship, but her books give me the ick. There are certain parts in her books that just give me the ick. Like, I've read her, what was that one called? The one where, like, the wife dies, but, like, it's, like, stepdaughter and stepfather romance. That one gave me the ick. And I remember reading that, and I'm pretty sure I gave it 3 stars. But it was a long time ago, and I don't want to reread it, so I don't know. I'm guessing in the ballpark I gave it 3 stars. But with Unconditional, we have our hero and our heroine. So our hero actually saves our heroine when, like, she's, like, 7. Her father murdered her mother and then, like, committed suicide. He is the police officer that, like, pulls up to the scene and, like, she kind of gets attached to him. And then we kind of fast forward. She's, like, about to graduate high school. She's like 17, but she like turns 18 in the book. It's very taboo. It's very, very taboo because it is between the police officer hero and our heroine, the one that was saved. I overall loved it. I didn't love it. I enjoyed it. Like, I did. Like, the smut was amazing. I loved their romance. I just didn't like the flashbacks of when he was, like, taking care of her and, like, them, like, growing up together. Like, I didn't like that. Like, I didn't need to see that because it just makes the ick factor go higher for me. I also, like, I didn't like seeing the flashbacks, essentially. And then the plot at the end was very, like, dramatic. I didn't think that that's what was gonna happen. I didn't mind it, but it wasn't my favorite. And I also liked, but also didn't like the whole overall drama of when the family finds out, like with the brother and also like her mom. Yeah, I don't know. It was good for the smut and a little bit of the romance. Yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Then I ended up reading Beautiful Bastard. For this one, I gave it 3.5 stars, but I rounded it up to a 4 star. This was actually a physical book that I read. I don't have it with me because I forgot. But this one is a workplace romance. This is like smutty as hell, like page 4. We have Chloe, our heroine, and our hero, Bennett. Bennett actually comes back to the United States to be the CEO of the company that Chloe is working at. She actually becomes his assistant, I believe. She is working up to like marketing deals and he helps her out with that. But there's like literally so soon in the book they like get together. He like corners her in like this boardroom and like they have this hot encounter. It was so fun. Like it was fun. Like, I finished reading Unconditional and then when I jumped into this one, I just like, it was something refreshing. It was this like almost rom-com-y workplace romance, hate to love, enemies to lovers. I don't know. The hero was a total asshole, but he was also like slowly falling for the heroine. And I also liked that the heroine had a backbone. The smut was really good. The dressing room scene lives free in my head. Like I can tell you that. I was laughing out loud. I was just thoroughly enjoying my read. I absolutely loved it. And I'm going to continue the series because it was just so fun. And this is spiciest Christina Lauren book that I've read. The smut was just there. I don't know why she doesn't put smut in every single one of her books. Like, I really don't know. The third act breakup was like so third act breakup-y, but it was there. We had our hero grovel and I was there for that as well. I just overall thoroughly enjoyed it and I'm glad that I read it. I am actually not keeping it on my shelves, but I wouldn't be opposed to buying the ebook. And I'm definitely continuing to the second book because the second book has a higher rating on Goodreads, so it must be even better. And they're just fun reads to read in between, like if you have a bad read and you need something like kind of pick you back up, this is a really good book. Or if you just don't know what to read, you can easily dive into this book and just fly through it because that's what happened to me. I highly recommend that one. Next one that I read was Bod Kingpin by Gia Bailey. I gave this one 3 stars. I do remember this one. We have our heroine. She is actually going to be a stripper and then she runs into our hero and sees her dancing and then requests her for a private room, and then they have like this moment, but she's like a ballerina, and so like instead of her like doing like lap dance, private room dance, that she like dances for him like ballet. It was really good. I like that one. And then he like basically takes care of her and provides for her and wants the best for her, and he's pining after her, and they're like, I'm the one for you, like you need to open your eyes and see that. And she's just like very stubborn, reluctant to love. There's a lot of pining, and I really liked it. I gave it 3 stars. Then I read Bod Dom. This one is honestly I can't remember this one. This one's by Elyse Kelly. Oh, I think this one is a single dad and single mom, and then like they meet at this parent conference and they just kind of hit it off, and then they see each other at like the soccer games, and their kids are like best friends, and he's really there for her like during an anxiety attack, and he's just wants to take care of her and wants to be her Dom because she, I believe, is I want to say she's a doctor, but at the same time like that could be so wrong, but like she has a stressful job, and like he just wants to take care of her. He wants to make sure she's eating and just be the man of the house, really. And I liked it. I gave it 3 stars. It was fun for what it was. Then I read Dad Bod Dreams. I gave this one 3 stars as well. This one's by Cassie Mint. This one, I have no idea what this one is about. Oh, he's my best friend's dad, the man who's hosting me for the summer, and he stars in my most secret daydreams. Oh yeah, the one that he's a musician, and like she's like a shy girl, and she gets paired in a dorm with her roommate, which soon becomes her best friend, and his best friend's father. Yeah, I remember that one. That one was cute. I like that one. That one was 3 stars. Not me going through this number that's like, what? No, okay. Then I read Dad Bod Foreman by Ember Davis. I gave this one 3 stars as well. I really like this one. This one, he is an architect or a contractor or whatever, and she is a romance editor person. And she basically works from home, but they're doing construction next door, and she can't focus because of all the noise. So she like comes out and she's like complaining like, can y'all not? And she's like complaining about something that they can't change, you know? And like she's like very bratty, and the hero is like instantly drawn to her. He kind of puts her in her place, but then he wants to take her out on a date. And it was really cute. I gave that one 3 stars as well. I really enjoyed it. Last book that I read in the month of April was A Lovely Obsession by Coralee June. I read this and I was just kind of disappointed. The first book in the duet is called A Lovely Obsession, which is the cover that I'll leave up here, but then the second book is called A Lovely Confession. They do have an omnibus on KU that is called A Lovely Obsession. Basically, I gave both books 3.5 stars. I saw the potential of this book, but it just didn't pull through. I liked that in the first book we get to see, trigger warnings, dark romance. You guys have to, yeah. And he's basically a stalker, so he like stalks her and like maneuvers her life essentially to where she is currently at right now. I think she's in high school and like a junior or senior, and our hero is quite a bit older, and he's basically been maneuvering her life because he owes this debt to her father. He's basically always wanted to take care of her, and he's always been taking care of her, and he hates when she gets hurt because she's like so clumsy. And it's just like, I loved the premise. So our heroine's mother was she like had like a death phobia. Like she knew different statistics of like what could kill you, and like you could die easily. Like she was very afraid, and she kind of rubbed that off onto our heroine, but our heroine takes that and it's like reverses it, and she's like kind of reckless because she was never able to be reckless because she was always afraid of dying because of her mother. She still has like anxiety over it because she can't like it's not a switch that she can just flip, or memories that she can just erase, but there's great anxiety representation in this one, and she's just very reluctant to be committed into a relationship. Our hero is basically a stalker assassin. He is an assassin for the bullets, which Coralee June has a book for like the bullets. It is a reverse harem mafia one, which I kind of want to read, but I don't know when I'm gonna get to that. It's not high on my priority list. And I just loved our hero. I think the reason why this didn't get a higher rating is because there's not enough of a grovel from our hero, because he is such an asshole to our heroine, and like our heroine is such an asshole back to him. But I felt like he needed to grovel, especially in the second book, because he does something to her in in the first book and like leaves her for like a couple, I think 2 years, and he like leaves and goes to this remote area and like he's with other women and he rubs it in her face when she finally finds him because she's been trying to find him for those 2 years, but like he disappears off the planet, and eventually like they're reunited, and I just needed him. Like, I get that he was an asshole when she first pulled up, but I needed him to be like on his knees for her, and he wasn't on his knees for her, and it just kind of fell flat for me, and like I just wanted so much more from the hero for the heroine. There was just no overall like climax of the relationship. It felt very back and forth with no true togetherness, like no true happily ever after. Like, I didn't really believe it. Maybe the ending of the second book was kind of rushed. Like, I just needed them to be more in love with each other after everything that they had been through. Y'all, I don't know. Like, I just wanted more, and like it's already a duet. It's 2 books, so what more? There was just something missing to it, and I gave both of them 3.5 stars, but I rented both of them down to a 3, which is kind of sad. It also took me so long to read them. Like, I would put the book down and I would not have any urge to pick it back up, but I did love Hunter. I believe that's his name. I was gonna say Henry, but no, I think it's Hunter Hammond. Something like that. Anyways, that is the last book that I read in the last half of April. Let me know what your favorite book of April down below in the comments is. And if you don't want to comment any of that, then go ahead and comment a black heart down below. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.